Datta, Sri Guru Datta.
Jai Guru 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 Datta, Sri Guru Datta.
Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatyay Namaha, Shri Padavallabha Narasimha Saraswati, Shri Guru Dattatreya Namaha, Shri Ganapati Satchidananda Sadgurubhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Guru Datta and welcome to Datta Arpanam with your hosts Rishi Nirvan Balrup
and Ravita Singh. Jai Guru Datta, Swagatam, and thank you for tuning in to Datta Arpanam, a showcase of the life, music, and teachings of His Holiness Paramapujya Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji of Avadhuta Dattapitam in Mysuru. Today's program begins with the offering of pranams, gratitude, and this invocation prayer at the sacred feet of beloved Sadgurudeva Pujya Shri Swamiji, as this show, possible only through His divine grace, is offered to him. Please join Pujya Shri 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 Datta Vijayananda Tirtha Swamiji now in worship.
श्री गणेशाय नमः, श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः, श्रीपादवल्लभ नरसिंह सरस्वती, श्री गुरुदत्तात्रेयाय नमः, श्री गणपति सच्चिदानंद सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः, गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म, तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्रीभूयुत श्रीहरिचिह्निताभ्याम् अगस्त्यरेखादिभिरञ्चिताभ्याम् निगूढबीजाक्षरमुद्रिताभ्याम् नमो नमः सद्गुरुपादुकाभ्याम्। गणपति गुरुमेकं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं, विबुधनिवहसेव्यं योगमार्गाधिरूढं, शरणमुपगतानामार्तिसङ्घाद्रिवज्रं मम हृदयनिवासं भक्तिनम्रो नमामि, भक्तिनम्रो नमामि।
Once again, everyone, Swagatam, and thank you for tuning in to this morning's edition of Datta Arpanam. Today's program is being brought to you through the kind courtesy of Ramlal Educational Institute of number 12 Exchange Lots Couver, Valini's Drug Mart Limited of 58 to 60 Sutton Street, San Fernando, Debe Supermart Limited of 182 SS Erin Road, Debe, and Koke Supermart Limited of 14 Naparima Mayaro Road, San Fernando.
As many of you would know, in 1 week's time, so that is on Sunday 21st of July 2024, Guru Purnima will be celebrated.
As many of you would also know, on the day before Guru Purnima 2024, so on Saturday, July 20th, 2024, graduates of Batch 9 of Pujya Sri Swamiji's Bhagavad Gita Mahayagna program will be joining together with past graduates to chant the entire Bhagavad Gita in the physical presence of Pujya Sri Swamiji.
That's right. Next Saturday, starting at 4 p.m. Chicago time or Central Daylight Time, which is 5 p.m. Trini time, the much-anticipated Sampurna Bhagavad Gita Parayana will be taking place in Chicago, Illinois, in the divine presence of Paramapujya Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji. If you cannot be there in person, then be sure to tune in to the live stream coverage of the event on Avadhuta Dattapitam's Facebook page. Once again, that's 4 p.m. CDT or 5 p.m. AST on Saturday, 20th of July 2024.
How wonderful it is that on the day before Guru Purnima Day, thousands will gather in the presence of Sadguru Deva Paramapuja Sri Swamiji to praise the Jagat Guru Sri Krishna Paramatma.
In honor of this very special occasion, it is with great delight that today the focus on Datta Arpanam will be Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Pujya Sri Swamiji's Gita Mahayagna program.
As is customary, however, worship is first offered to the remover of obstacles, Lord Ganapati. We owe so much to this Lord. Yes, Sri Krishna taught Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, but had it not been for Lord Ganapati, those words would not have been documented. This is because Lord Ganapati was the scribe of the Mahabharata. And in which Hindu text were the words of Bhagavad Gita documented? It was, of course, the Mahabharata. Bhagavad Gita is contained within the Bhishma Parvam of Mahabharata.
Had those words spoken by Sri Krishna not been documented by Lord Ganapati, we would not be benefiting from them so many years later. So, while on every episode of Datta Arpanam worship is offered to Lord Ganapati, today that worship takes on extra special significance as we also give thanks to that scribe of Mahabharata. He is worshipped as Ekadanta, the single-tusked one. The absence of one tusk represents the absence of ego, but it also shows us the Lord's dedication to duty and his selflessness.
That's right. While sage Vyasa was dictating the Mahabharata to Lord Ganapati's pen broke. But when the Lord agreed to scribe Mahabharata, he had said that he would not stop writing. So, now, when his pen broke, what did he do? He broke off one of his tusks, dipped that in the ink, and used that as a pen.
What dedication to his word, dedication to duty, and dedication to ensuring that dharmic knowledge was shared with all. Such lessons we learn from that one act of the single-tusked one. Let us worship that Lord now as we join Pooja Appaji in singing the bhajan Ekadantaya. You can find the words to this bhajan by entering bhajan ID number 9 on the Bhajan Mala app or by visiting the website www.bhajanmala.com.
Gam Ganapati, Gam Ganapati, Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 गम गम गणपति गम गम गणपति गम गणपतये नमः
गम गम गणपति गम गम गणपति गम गणपतये नमः
एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय श्रीगणेशाय नमः
एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय श्रीगणेशाय नमः
मोदहस्ताय रक्तवर्णाय लम्बोदराय नमः
मोदहस्ताय रक्तवर्णाय लम्बोदराय नमः
हस्तिवदनाय सूक्ष्मनेत्राय सर्पसूत्राय नमः
हस्तिवदनाय सूक्ष्मनेत्राय सर्पसूत्राय नमः
बुद्धिप्रदाय सिद्धिनाथाय पाशहस्ताय नमः
बुद्धिप्रदाय सिद्धिनाथाय पाशहस्ताय नमः
गम गम गणपति गम गम गणपति गम गणपतये नमः
गम गम गणपति गम गम गणपति गम गणपतये नमः
गम गम गणपति गम गम गणपति गम गणपतये नमः
गम गम गणपति गम गम गणपति गम गणपतये नमः
अर्करूपाय नाट्यप्रियाय गौरीसुताय नमः
अर्करूपाय नाट्यप्रियाय गौरीसुताय नमः
दुर्गाप्रियाय दुरितदूराय दुःखहरणाय नमः
दुर्गाप्रियाय दुरितदूराय दुःखहरणाय नमः
प्रथमवन्द्याय पापनाशाय परमात्मने नमः
प्रथमवन्द्याय पापनाशाय परमात्मने नमः
सकलविद्याय साधुवन्द्याय सच्चिदानन्दाय नमः
सकलविद्याय साधुवन्द्याय सच्चिदानन्दाय नमः
गम गम गणपति गम गम गणपति गम गणपतये नमः
गम गम गणपति गम गम गणपति गम गणपतये नमः
गम गम गणपति गम गम गणपति गम गणपतये नमः
गम गम गणपति गम गम गणपति गम गणपतये नमः
गम गम गणपति गम गम गणपति गम गणपतये नमः
गम गम गणपति गम गम गणपति गम गणपतये नमः
गम गणपतये नमः गम गणपतये नमः गम गणपतये नमः गम गणपतये नमः Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Vedanta in the form of song. This is a feature which is common to the myriad of bhajan compositions of Parama Pujya Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji. He teaches through bhajans, through discourses, through his publications, through memes on SGS posts, through tweets. All we have to do, listeners, is open ourselves to receiving that knowledge. May Lord Ganapati clear the obstacles from the path of all those who seek divine knowledge.
You are listening to Datta Arpanam. Thank you for tuning in to today's offering, which is coming to you on 103.1 FM through the grace of Pujya Sri Swamiji, and thanks to the sponsorship by Ramlal Educational Institute, Debe Supermart Limited, Valini's Drug Mart Limited, and Koke Supermart Limited.
Joining us today is someone who is no stranger to Pujya Appaji's mission or to Datta Arpanam. Datta Arpanam is honored to welcome to today's episode Vidwan Shiva Datta Ramdas, the local head of Pujya Sri Swamiji's Gita Mahayagna program. Jai Guru Datta Shivaji, and welcome once again to Datta Arpanam.
Jai Guru Datta, thank you for having me on this program today. I am very delighted to be here.
Shivaji, Rishi and I both use that term Gita Mahayagna program. But before we go any further, can you explain to the listeners what exactly is this program?
Yes, this Gita Mahayagna program commenced in 2015 during the Karya Siddhi Hanuman Temple's consecration in Dallas, when Pujya Sri Swamiji emphasized the importance of Bhagavad Gita and envisioned for at least 18 children to memorize the entire Gita in 1 year. This mammoth task was instead completed by 43 kids in less than 10 months. Dallas was the first teaching center, and now there are 40 teaching centers across 14 countries, including our very own Trinidad and Tobago. The Gita Mahayagna program is a one-of-a-kind program that teaches participants to memorize the entire Bhagavad Gita, all 18 chapters, all 700 shlokas within 10 months. For those who cannot attempt the memorization due to other commitments, there is also a fluent reading option available for them.
That's wonderful. Such an exciting program. Listeners, Rishi and I have both been through this program, and I can tell you from our personal experiences and from hearing of the experiences of our respective Gita classmates, Bhagavad Gita changes your life. And here you are getting an opportunity to learn to read and chant Bhagavad Gita as it should be chanted.
That's right. Pujya Appaji has stressed on several occasions the importance of proper pronunciation when chanting mantras. One letter mispronounced can change the meaning of an entire shloka. So everyone, do not pass up this opportunity to learn Bhagavad Gita properly. This knowledge will help you not only with Gita, but even with your chanting of other mantras. But sticking now to Bhagavad Gita, Shivaji, for those out there who may not be familiar with this text, can you tell us what is Bhagavad Gita and why should one study Bhagavad Gita?
To simplify this question, as Pujya Sri Swamiji says, each one normally thinks that he knows all about himself. It is only when a crisis occurs that he loses balance and becomes distraught. When and to whom such a situation will present itself is unpredictable. Anticipating all possible circumstances to uplift all individuals, God incarnated on the battlefield to help man gain victory in the combat between good and evil. He used Arjuna as a pretext. The words he uttered are the Bhagavad Gita.
And listeners, now you have an opportunity to learn those words yourself. Enroll in the Bhagavad Gita Mahayagna program. Shivaji, though, are there any prerequisite criteria for one to be able to enroll in the Mahayagna classes?
This program is open to anyone. There is no age limit. It requires no prior knowledge about Bhagavad Gita, nor any experience in other languages such as Hindi or Sanskrit. Anyone interested in joining this program can visit the SGS Gita Foundation website. That is www.sgsgitafoundation.org.
Listeners, so as you heard, anyone can learn Bhagavad Gita. Divine words should be shared as far and wide as possible. So enroll in the Mahayagna program. Learn Bhagavad Gita and propagate Bhagavad Gita.
And as you mentioned divine words, let us at this stage join Puja Appaji as he melodiously shares more divine words with us, this time in the form of a Devi bhajan. Everyone, the lyrics to today's next bhajan can be found by entering bhajan ID number 465 on the Bhajanmala app or website. Please join in singing the Pallavi, Anupallavi and final Charanam of this beautiful bhajan.
ಮಾತನಾಡು ದುರ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಲಿ ಮುತ್ತು ಸುರಿಯುವುದಂತೆ ಮಾತನಾಡು ದುರ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಲಿ ಮುತ್ತು ಸುರಿಯುವುದಂತೆ ಮುತ್ತನೆತ್ತಿಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೊತ್ತಿಕೊಂಡೆ ಮುತ್ತನೆತ್ತಿಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೊತ್ತಿಕೊಂಡೆ ಮಾತನಾಡು ದುರ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಲಿ ಮುತ್ತು ಸುರಿಯುವುದಂತೆ ಮಾತನಾಡು ದುರ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಲಿ ಮುತ್ತು ಸುರಿಯುವುದಂತೆ ಅಧಮನಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಸದಮವಲ್ಲ ಜೀವ ಅಧಮನಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಸದಮವಲ್ಲ ಜೀವ ಸಮಕ್ಕೆ ತಂದು ನನ್ನ ನಿನ್ನೊಳು ಬೆರೆಸಿಕೊಂಡು ದುರ್ಗೆ ಸಮಕ್ಕೆ ತಂದು ನನ್ನ ನಿನ್ನೊಳು ಬೆರೆಸಿಕೊಂಡು ದುರ್ಗೆ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನನ್ನನು ಜ್ಞಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ತಳ್ಳು ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನನ್ನನು ಜ್ಞಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ತಳ್ಳು ಮಾತನಾಡು ದುರ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಲಿ ಮುತ್ತು ಸುರಿಯುವುದಂತೆ ಮಾತನಾಡು ದುರ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಲಿ ಮುತ್ತು ಸುರಿಯುವುದಂತೆ ಮುತ್ತನೆತ್ತಿಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೊತ್ತಿಕೊಂಡೆ ಮುತ್ತನೆತ್ತಿಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೊತ್ತಿಕೊಂಡೆ ಮಾತನಾಡು ದುರ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಲಿ ಮುತ್ತು ಸುರಿಯುವುದಂತೆ ಮಾತನಾಡು ದುರ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಲಿ ಮುತ್ತು ಸುರಿಯುವುದಂತೆ ಮುತ್ತು ಸುರಿಯುವುದಂತೆ ಮುತ್ತು ಸುರಿಯುವುದಂತೆ
Another treasure, same bestower of such treasures. You were just listening to the divine voice of the present-day Avadhuta of Lord Dattatreya, Parama Puja Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji, here on Datta Arpanam. Thank you for tuning in to today's offering, which is coming to you on 103.1 FM through the grace of Pujya Shri Swamiji, and thanks to the sponsorship by Ramlal Educational Institute, Debe Supermart Limited, Valini's Drug Mart Limited, and Koke Supermart Limited.
On today's program, we are extra delighted to have Vidwan Shiva Datta Ramdas, local Bhagavad Gita teacher in Pujya Shri Swamiji's Gita Mahayagna program, share with you information about the Mahayagna program and how you can be a part of it. Shiva, once again, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me on this program today.
Shivaji, there are 700 shlokas in Bhagavad Gita, and the shlokas are Sanskritam or Sanskrit, an ancient Indian language. So for someone who may be daunted by the prospect of enrolling in a class to learn Bhagavad Gita, do you have any words to soothe their anxieties or allay their fears?
Again, this program requires no prior knowledge about Bhagavad Gita, nor any experience in other languages such as Hindi or Sanskrit. There is no age restriction. In fact, the youngest student who completed this program was 4 years of age, and the oldest was 80 years of age. If these students can complete this amazing task, then anyone can surely do it.
And if someone out there is wondering how much of a commitment this is, what would you say? I mean, obviously, different people study differently and different people learn at different rates. But is there a minimum weekly time commitment you would recommend for someone who is serious about learning Bhagavad Gita?
This program is structured to learn 700 shlokas in 10 months. Classes will be on Mondays and Wednesdays from 6:45 p.m. to 7:45 p.m. every week. We will teach 10 shlokas on Mondays and 10 shlokas on Wednesdays to complete the 20 shlokas per week. Every Sunday from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. we will have review sessions to ensure that students are understanding the basic Sanskrit rules and pronunciation. The memorization students are required to memorize the shlokas taught in every class before the next class. The fluent reading students are also required to practice reading the shlokas fluently before the next class. Students are required to create a study schedule and spend at least 1 hour daily to prepare the shlokas. Teaching classes and review sessions will be conducted both online and in person at the Datta Yoga Center Ashram in Karapichaima, home of the 85-foot Lord Hanuman Murti. Students who are coming from an area more than 1 hour away from the ashram may join online on the days they cannot attend due to unforeseen situations, and all other students in closer vicinity to the ashram must attend in person.
This might sound like quite a commitment, listeners, but it is a commitment which will serve you not only in this lifetime but in lifetimes to come. And while, yes, it requires a time and effort commitment, many have graduated from this program both locally and internationally.
So, listeners, we see that when Appaji's hand is at play, great things happen.
I totally agree. Great things do happen. In fact, in 2019, Puja Sri Swamiji envisioned an historic mega event with the name Sahasra Gala Gita Mahayagna for 1,000 memorizers to chant the entire Bhagavad Gita on one stage. Instead, this program materialized on the 13th of August 2022, where 1,329 memorizers participated in this event. The glory didn't stop there. On the day of this event, Puja Sri Swamiji was also awarded his 12th Guinness World Record for the largest simultaneous Hindu text recital. To make this more amazing, 10 students from Trinidad and Tobago who participated in this Sahasra Gala Gita Mahayagna mega event also received their Guinness World Record certificates of participation. Puja Sri Swamiji now wishes to conduct a Gita Ayuta Gala Parayana with 10,000 chanters. This could materialize into another world record. For those who wish to be a part of this Guinness World Record, this may be your great opportunity now.
So, listeners, great things happen when we listen to Bhagavad Gita, when we chant Bhagavad Gita, when we follow the instructions of Sadguru Deva. And actually, one of the lessons Bhagavad Gita teaches is we must put in the effort as an offering to God or Guru, but not put in the effort with the expectation of a result. In other words, if someone finds the course challenging, it is important to remember that learning Gita is a seva, a beautiful divine seva. But still, for someone who is having a hard time grasping the pronunciations or Sanskrit rules, what help is available to them, Shivaji?
Well, at the beginning of the program, we will provide mentors to assist the students who are having difficulties in understanding the pronunciation and the basic Sanskrit rules. Additionally, we provide the MP3 learning audio for each chapter so that the students can download and continuously listen and practice the shlokas.
So everyone, you have all the information you need to enroll in Parama Pujya Sri Swamiji's Mahayagna program. Do not miss out on this opportunity. We do not even realize the impact of learning Bhagavad Gita at the time when we are learning it. How can we be expected to chant Gita with our dying breath, an action which is known to bring about moksha or liberation? How can we be expected to do this with our dying breath if we do not do it when we have life in us? Learn Gita, enjoy Gita, immerse yourself in it.
For now, let us immerse ourselves in a bhajan which contains the essence of the entire Bhagavad Gita within it. Please open your Bhajanmala app or the website to bhajan ID number 1957 and join Pujya Appaji in singing.
Hari 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 Deva Hari 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 Deva
Hari 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 Deva Hari 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 Deva
Hari 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 Deva Hari 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 Deva He Narayana Kamalaksha Sri Narasimha Ripusiksha He Narayana Kamalaksha Sri Narasimha Ripusiksha Manita Nigama Surapaksha Manatita Ranaruksha Manita Nigama Surapaksha Manatita Ranaruksha Hari 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 Deva Hari 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 Deva
Hari 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 Deva Hari 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 Deva
Muragara Puragara Priyamitra Muragara Priyamitra Giridhara Suravara Mutipatra Giridhara Suravara Mutipatra Dinakara Himakara Yuganetra Dinakara Himakara Yuganetra Jaladhara Sumashar Samagatra Jaladhara Sumashar Samagatra Hari 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 Deva Hari 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 Deva Hari 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 Deva Hari 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 Deva Jnana Karaka Guru Rupa Jnana Vimo Jnana Karaka Guru Rupa Jnana Vibodhaka Mati Gopa Vinashaka He Hata Papa Vinashaka He Hata Papa Sachidananda Adbhuta Deepa Sachidananda Adbhuta Deepa Hari 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 Deva 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 Hari Deva Hari Deva Hari Deva Hari Deva Hari Deva Hari Deva. This is very beautiful meaning, this bhajan. There's a complete Bhagavad Gita in this bhajan.
May you all be blessed to never forget that bhajan. What a divine musical composition and rendition by Parama Pujya Sri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji. You are tuned in to Datta Arpanam on 103.1 FM. Today, it has been a privilege to speak with the local head of Sri Swamiji's Gita Mahayagna team, Vidwan Shiva Datta Ramdas, about enrolling in the Mahayagna program and learning Bhagavad Gita. Once again, Shivaji, thank you for being here and for all the hours of effort you put into sharing the song of Sri Krishna locally. But before we wrap up today's interview, can you remind our listeners once again how they go about enrolling in this life-changing program?
Anyone interested in joining this program can visit the SGS Gita Foundation website. That is www.sgsgitafoundation.org.
Thank you, Shivaji, and once again, thank you for being here today.
Thank you again for this great opportunity to share this information about this amazing program. Anyone interested in joining this program can surely be successful and graduate because Bhagavad Gita makes the impossible possible. Jai Guru Datta, everyone.
And listeners, don't feel for a second that when you enroll in the Mahayagna program, all you learn is Bhagavad Gita. Some time ago, Rishi penned some of the lessons he learned from being a student in this program, and I am happy that he has agreed to share those thoughts on air. Rishi?
Being a Bhagavad Gita Mahayagna student definitely taught some unforgettable life-changing lessons. Chanting Gita taught the need for breath control or pranayama, because to chant the shlokas, one needs to take a deep breath at the appropriate time. As many of you would know, or at least remember from a previous episode of Datta Arpanam, Sri Swamiji stressed the importance of daily pranayama. Chanting Gita reinforces this lesson. And another lesson learnt was the importance of moving forward and not dwelling on a past moment. Because to keep up with the pace of the chanting, one cannot allow themselves to get distracted by any difficulties in pronouncing words which have already been uttered. Focusing on the now is subtly learnt. It was also interesting that when the Lord speaks so much about Maya, chanting Bhagavad Gita itself was a lesson in rising above Maya. Sometimes what I believed I saw may not have been what was actually printed in the book. Some words may have registered in my mind as certain syllables, and it was later pointed out to me that what I thought I saw was not the actual syllable. Moments like these reminded me of how life is filled with illusions or Maya. The only truth is God or Guru. And this brought with it another lesson. That lesson was the importance of focus or dhyanam. If the mind is allowed to remain fickle or run wild during chanting, then the shlokas being chanted will not be chanted properly. And yet again, as often happens when Puja Appaji is teaching us lessons, that lesson also flowed into another lesson. Chanting Gita showed the role of the subconscious mind or Atma in the recitation, because sometimes I wouldn't even be sure where my chanting and recollection were coming from. This is a reminder to us all that we are not the doers. We are mere instruments in the hands of God, puppets in the hands of the master puppeteer. Chanting Bhagavad Gita also highlighted to me the importance of yoga asanas, as you need to be able to sit comfortably for a long period of time and chant. There was also a link to tapas or sacrifice, because you need to put in a lot of effort to be able to master the chanting of the shlokas.
Lovely. You know, Puja Appaji says we must learn from everything around us and everything we encounter, every experience we have. Thanks for sharing your experiences with us all, Rishi.
No problem. Hopefully, listeners, you too will enroll in the Mahayagna program, and then you too will have your own experiences. And now, before we wrap up today's episode of Datta Arpanam, of course, Bhagavad Gita must be chanted. Today, it is a privilege to welcome to chant chapter 15 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, local Mahayagna teacher and mentor, Mrs. Jayashree Bachun Prague.
ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः अथ पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः पुरुषोत्तमप्राप्तियोगः श्रीभगवानुवाच ऊर्ध्वमूलमधः शाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित् अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखाः गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके न रूपमस्येह तथोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरूढमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन छित्त्वा ततः परं तत्परिमार्गितव्यम् यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयः तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यतः प्रवृत्तिः प्रसृता पुराणी निर्मानमोहाजितसङ्गदोषाः अध्यात्मनित्या विनिवृत्तकामाः द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्ताः सुखदुःखसंज्ञैः गच्छन्त्यमूढाः परमव्ययं तत् न तद्भासयते सूर्यः न शशाङ्को न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूतः सनातनः मनः षष्ठानीन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति शरीरं यदवाप्नोति यच्चाप्युत्क्रामतीश्वरः गृहीत्वैतानि संयाति वायुर्गन्धानि वाशयात् श्रोत्रं चक्षुस्पर्शनं च रसनं घ्राणमेव च अधिष्ठाय मनश्चायं विषयानुपसेवते उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि भुञ्जानं वा गुणान्वितं विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः यतन्तो योगिनश्चैनं पश्यन्त्यात्मन्यवस्थितं यतन्तोऽप्यकृतात्मानः नैनं पश्यन्त्यचेतसः यदादित्यगतं तेजः जगद्भासयतेऽखिलं यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम् गामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यहमोजसा पुष्णामि चौषधीः सर्वाः सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम् सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टः मत्तस्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यः वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहम् द्वाविमौ पुरुषौ लोके क्षरश्चाक्षर एव च क्षरः सर्वाणि भूतानि कूटस्थोऽक्षर उच्यते उत्तमः पुरुषस्त्वन्यः परमात्मेत्युदाहृतः यो लोकत्रयमाविश्य बिभर्त्यव्यय ईश्वरः यस्मात्क्षरमतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तमः अतोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रथितः पुरुषोत्तमः यो मामेवमसम्मूढः जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्वविद् भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदमुक्तं मया नघ एतद्बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे पुरुषोत्तमप्राप्तियोगो नाम पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः।
What a beautiful and divine offering of chapter 15 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. You were just listening to local Bhagavad Gita Mahayagna graduate and gold medal winner Jai Shri Bachun Prag as she chanted the 15th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita here on Datta Arpanam.
Thank you for tuning in to today's offering, which is coming to you on 103.1 FM through the grace of Pujya Sri Swamiji, and thanks to the sponsorship by Valini's Drug Mart Limited, Ramlal Educational Institute, Daybase Supermart Limited, and Kokie Supermart Limited. Today you have been hearing about Pujya Sri Swamiji's Bhagavad Gita Mahayagna program. The start date for the next batch, that's batch 10, is still to be confirmed, but it is likely to be sometime during the month of August 2024. So please be sure to visit, as you heard, www.sgsgitafoundation.org and register.
In Varaha Purana, one can find the very beautiful and moving stotram Gita Mahatmyam. In this, Lord Vishnu himself said that Mahapapadi papani Gita dhyanam karoti chet Kvachit sparsham na kurvanti Nalini dalamambuvata. The shloka explains that sins, including the 5 terrible sins, cannot touch a person who meditates upon Gita.
The Lord goes on to say in the 23rd shloka of Gita Mahatmyam,
Jnana jnana kritam nityam indriyarjanitam chayata tat sarvam nashamayati Gita pathena takshanam.
Here, Bhagavan says that when sins are committed daily, whether committed knowingly or unknowingly, sins originating in the sense organs will be instantly washed away if Bhagavad Gita is chanted.
So listeners, learn Bhagavad Gita. Enroll in the Gita Mahayagna program. Once again, the website to visit is www.sgsgitafoundation.org. During Sri Swamiji's visit to the USA, a date will likely be set for the commencement of batch 10 of the Mahayagna program. Be a part of this uplifting program and register.
And be sure to like and follow the Datta Arpanam Facebook page, where updates regarding the official start date of the next batch will be shared.
In the meantime, as you heard, next Sunday is Guru Purnima. So be sure to join us then for a special Guru Purnima episode of Datta Arpanam. For now though, before wrapping up today's episode, please join in singing this beautiful Guru Bhajan.
विश्वधाता नेता विश्वनेता चरित विमल चरित रक्ष सर्वरक्ष दाता विश्वधाता नेता विश्वनेता चरित विमल चरित रक्ष सर्वरक्ष उद्धार करो भवरोग से तन मन तेरे तन्मय भाव से उद्धार करो भवरोग से तन मन तेरे तन्मय भाव से सब कुछ अर्पण करके सच्चिदानंद बन जाऊं सब कुछ अर्पण करके सच्चिदानंद बन जाऊं, सच्चिदानंद बन जाऊं। दात विश्वधाता नेता विश्वनेता, चरित विमल चरित, रक्ष सर्वरक्ष। दाता विश्वधाता नेता विश्वनेता, चरित विमल चरित, रक्ष सर्वरक्ष, रक्ष सर्वरक्ष, रक्ष सर्वरक्ष।
What a divine note on which to begin to wrap up today's episode of Datta Arpanam.
Pranams and gratitude are offered at the divine feet of beloved Sadgurudeva, Parama Pujya Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji and Pujya Shri 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 Datta Vijayananda Tirtha Swamiji, without whose teachings, compassion, love, guidance and music, this program would not exist.
Pranams to you, Puja Appaji and Sri Swamiji. Kindly forgive any errors which may have been committed in preparing or in sharing today's episode of Datta Arpanam, and please guide us to avoid such errors in the future.
Special thanks are extended to the staff at 103.1 FM and to the sponsors of Datta Arpanam: Valini's Drug Mart Limited, Ramlal Educational Institute, Debe Supermart Limited, and Kokie Supermart Limited. And of course, dear listener, an extra special thank you is extended to you for sharing this devotional hour with us.
If you would like to listen to today's program again, check out the Datta Arpanam Facebook page, where by tomorrow night, the YouTube link for today's episode will be shared.
Once again, everyone, thank you for tuning in today. You are invited to please tune in to 103.1 FM again next Sunday at 6 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time for another episode of Datta Arpanam, a showcase of the life, music and teachings of His Holiness Parama Pujya Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji.
Jai Guru Datta.
Shri Guru Datta. Harihi Om Tat Sat.
गीतामाहात्म्यं धरोवाच भगवन् परमेशान भक्तिरव्यभिचारिणी प्रारब्धं भुज्यमानस्य कथं भवति हे प्रभो। श्रीविष्णुरुवाच प्रारब्धं भुज्यमानो हि गीताभ्यासरतः सदा समुक्तः स सुखी लोके कर्मणा नोपलिप्यते। महापापादिपापानि गीताध्यानं करोति चेत् क्वचित् स्पर्शं न कुर्वन्ति नलिनीदलमम्बुवत्। गीतायाः पुस्तकं यत्र यत्र पाठः प्रवर्तते तत्र सर्वाणि तीर्थानि प्रयागादीनि तत्र वै। सर्वे देवाश्च ऋषयः योगिनः पन्नगाश्च ये गोपाला गोपिका वापि नारदोद्धवपार्षदैः सह योजायते शीघ्रं यत्र गीता प्रवर्तते। यत्र गीता विचारश्च पठनं पाठनं श्रुतं तत्राहं निश्चितं पृथ्वी निवसामि सदैव हि। गीताश्रयेऽहं तिष्ठामि गीता मे चोत्तमं गृहम्। गीताज्ञानमुपाश्रित्य त्रीन् लोकान् पालयाम्यहम्। गीता मे परमा विद्या ब्रह्मरूपा न संशयः। अर्धमात्राक्षरा नित्या स्वानिर्वाच्य पदात्मिका। चिदानन्देन कृष्णेन प्रोक्ता स्वमुखतोऽर्जुनम्। वेदत्रयी परानन्दा तत्त्वार्थज्ञानसंयुत योऽष्टादशं जपे नित्यं नरो निश्चलमानसः ज्ञानसिद्धिं स लभते ततो याति परं पदम् पाठे समर्थः सम्पूर्णे ततोऽर्धं पाठमाचरेत् तदा गोदानजं पुण्यं लभते नात्र संशयः त्रिभागं पठमानस्तु गङ्गास्नानफलं लभेत् षडंशं जपमानस्तु सोमयागफलं लभेत् एकाध्यायन्तु यो नित्यं पठते भक्तिसंयुतः रुद्रलोकमवाप्नोति गणो भूत्वा वसेच्चिरम् अध्यायं श्लोकपादं वा नित्यं यः पठते नरः स याति नरतां यावत् मन्वन्तरं वसुन्धरे गीतायाः श्लोकदशकं सप्तपञ्चचतुष्टयम् द्वौ त्रीनेकं तदर्धं वा श्लोकानां यः पठे नरः चन्द्रलोकमवाप्नोति वर्षाणामयुतं ध्रुवम् गीतापाठसमायुक्तः मृतो मानुषतां व्रजेत् गीताभ्यासं पुनः कृत्वा लभते मुक्तिमुत्तमम् गीतेत्युच्चारसंयुक्तः म्रियमाणो गतिं लभेत् गीतार्थश्रवणासक्तः महापापयुतोऽपि वा वैकुण्ठं समवाप्नोति विष्णुना सह मोदते गीतार्थं ध्यायते नित्यं कृत्वा कर्माणि भूरिशः जीवन्मुक्तः स विज्ञेयः देहान्ते परमं पदम् मलनिर्मोचनं पुंसां जलस्नानं दिने दिने सकृद्गीताम्भसि स्नानं संसारमलनाशनं गीतामाश्रित्य बहवः भूभुजो जनकादयः निर्धूतकल्मषालोके गीतायाताः परं पदं ते शृण्वन्ति पठन्त्येव गीताशास्त्रमहर्निशम् न ते वै मानुषा ज्ञेया देवागेव न संशयः ज्ञानाज्ञानकृतं नित्यम् इन्द्रियैर्जनितं च यत् तत्सर्वं नाशमायाति गीतापाठेन तत्क्षणम् धिक्तस्य ज्ञानमाचारं व्रतं चेष्टां तपो यशः गीतार्थपठनं नास्ति नाधमस्तत्परो जनः संसारसागरं घोरं तर्तुमिच्छति यो जनः गीतानावं समारुह्य पारं याति सुखेन सह गीतायाः पठनं कृत्वा माहात्म्यं नैव यः पठेत् वृथा पाठो भवेत् तस्य श्रम एव ह्युदाहृतः एतन्माहात्म्यसंयुक्तं गीताभ्यासं करोति यः स तत्फलमवाप्नोति दुर्लभां गतिमाप्नुयात् सूत उवाच माहात्म्यमेतद्गीतायाः मया प्रोक्तं सनातनम् गीतान्ते च पठेद्यस्तु यदुक्तं तत्फलं भवेत् इति श्रीवराहपुराणे श्रीगीतामाहात्म्यं सम्पूर्णम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत्।